Come on, Chelsea. There we go. Chelsea beat Real Betis 4-1 in the Conference League final. And under this new ownership, this is our first trophy. This is a huge day for us. Now, we have a lot to talk about today, but I just couldn't be more ecstatic over the win today. It looked really shaky at first, but in the second half, we really came out to play. Now, I'm going to go over a quick recap of what happened in this game. In the first 15 minutes, it was all Real Betis. They were pressing us, winning everything. They were controlling the midfield, especially Isco, which was really surprising to me today. He's 33 years old, and I know he's good on the attack and can really make stuff happen in the final third. But what surprised me is he's out of his prime. You know, he shouldn't be that fit. And he was also making huge plays on defense, just controlling the midfield from the defense to the front. He was amazing today. And I kind of did have a prediction that Isco was going to have more of a better performance than Antony, just because we had Cucurella. I didn't expect Antony to really do that much in this game. But let's move on. In the 9th minute, Al-Zoui scores in the 9th minute to make it 1-0, and by this point it looked really shaky, and even minutes after, because they kept laying on chances and it didn't really look like we had anything going for us in this game. We just kind of sat back, couldn't progress up the field quickly, but they could, and they were just breaking through our defensive lines, creating chance after chance. And around the 25th minute, or maybe after the first 30 minutes, we finally got a foothold with our defense and kind of stopped their attacks. But after that, we didn't create much. They didn't create much, and the first half ends. That's really all I remember from the first half. After halftime, this is one thing I'm going to talk about a little bit more of. I liked Enzo Maresca in this game, but not starting Reece James in a European Cup final was criminal to me. A lot of people had a lot of issues with the starting lineup that Enzo Maresca put out, especially Benoit Badiashile, Malo Gusto in. And I was fine with Benoit Badiashile, but I was not okay with Reece James not starting this game. I get he's just coming back from huge injuries and we can't seem to keep him fit. But I just thought, since it's a European Cup final, it doesn't matter. We just need to play him. He knows what to do to get us over the line, to win us trophies, all of that stuff. He's really the only guy in this team that's experienced enough to win these trophies. That being said, Enzo Maresca does come out in an interview saying that if he could play Reece James in every single game, he would. And so I guess I do. It's good to hear that it was just for injury issues, to keep him fit, keep him healthy. So I guess I can lay off of that. And we won in the end with Reece James on the field, so I can get past that. But let's go on. In the 65th minute, Enzo Fernandez scores a goal for us, but it's just all Cole Palmer in this one. Trevor Chalobah passes the ball to Cole Palmer on the right flank, and he does some shaking, does some baking, just keeps turning in and out, and the defender then, after a certain point, just lays off of him, gives him all the space he needs, so then he just takes all this room down the right flank, then cuts in, doesn't take any time, no hesitation, just sees Enzo Fernandez making the run into the box, plays him over the top with a perfect ball, and Enzo Fernandez finishes it to equalize against Real Betis. And after this point, you see a huge momentum shift from Chelsea, and a lot of people have been speaking that we were just bound to win this one because Real Betis just didn't have the legs. They were going to get steamed out. They were just going to run out of steam in the second half, and that is what happened. But there was a huge momentum shift after we scored this first goal, and it all comes from Cole Palmer, because that first goal really is just all Cole Palmer. There were no passes. Trevor Chalobah gives it to Cole Palmer, and he just makes stuff happen. Then, not soon after, 5 minutes later, in the 70th minute, Nicholas Jackson scores for us. Cole Palmer, he's set up on the right wing, making a couple moves, but then he gets into a position near the 18-yard box on the right flank, obviously. But the defender's on his back, and Cole Palmer just outturns him, goes down the wing near the byline, then sends it across perfectly onto Nicholas Jackson, where I thought he headed it in, but it actually comes off his chest. It was actually, the goalkeeper was calling for a handball, and it was actually really close to his hand. Like the ball hit him here, but his hand was right here as he chests it in. So at least he scored the goal, especially after kind of a horrible end to the season. So it's good to see Nicholas Jackson get back on the scoreboard, especially in such a huge game. Moving on, in the 83rd minute, Dewsbury Hall makes a great dribble, a great run into the defense, and we have like maybe a 3-on-3, a 4-on-3 type of a counter working on here. And after that second goal, it was just all us counter-attacking onto them because they couldn't create anything on offense, and they sent way too many players forward with them running out of steam, with no legs left, and we just countered them on and on and on. What happens is Dewsbury Hall has a great run, sends it into Sancho, into the 18-yard box, who I really like what he did because sometimes I feel like Sancho does too much with the ball, but this time he doesn't. He just takes a quick touch inside, cuts in, and right after he takes that touch, he shoots it. Perfect goal, perfect finish. It puts us up 3-1. In the first added minute of stoppage time, Moises Caicedo scores. It's another counterattack led by Enzo Fernandez. He dribbles it down the left flank, and he has an overlapping run with Cucurella on the outside or something, maybe Malo Gusto, but he also has Moises Caicedo opening up near the 18-yard box in the center, so he just gives it off to him, who takes a shot, and it's a deflected shot, but still a great finish to make it 4-1 and completely kills the game. Even by 3-1 and 2-1, I kind of knew that we were going to win the game, just seeing that Real Betis just didn't offer anything in the second half, and they were running out of legs. They didn't have the squad depth on their bench, and we were just certain to win this game. Moving on, I'm going to go to the player performances and just speak about how everybody did. And the first one could not be more obvious. It's Cole Palmer, the man of the match, the star boy of our team. He came up huge in the final, and nobody can tell me differently that he's not a big game player. He scored in the final of the Euros. He scored for Man City in that one final, not the final, but I think the Community Shield, and scored there. He is a big game player. It's just not every player is going to be Drogba scoring a goal in every single final. That's just kind of impossible, only for some players. But he's a prodigy, Cole Palmer, and he is our best player on the squad, and he showed it in this final. But it was just amazing to see him just completely flip the game on its head, takes the matter into his own hands, and wins the game really by himself, because by the time we're 2-1 up, Real Betis just ran out of legs and can't offer anything by that point. So all we needed was just 2 goals, which Cole Palmer provides, to get us the lead. And obviously after that point, just all counterattacking, because Real Betis are going to send everything they got at that point, even though it wasn't much. But Cole Palmer wins us the game in my eyes. To Enzo Fernandez, who scores the goal, I don't think he had anything terrific to do other than the goal he scored. He had a couple good moments under pressure, really worked through the press in certain moments and dribbled out of it. And also just his passing was good, maybe other than a couple bad long passes that might have went over the top. But he had a really good game today, continues his good form, and I'm glad he ended the season like this. Next, we're going to go into Sancho. He had a great goal today. As I said before, I think he did really good to just keep it simple, cuts inside, and makes sure to get that shot off immediately, so the defender it makes it really difficult for the defender to really even block the shot or make something, or just stop Sancho from scoring. Next is Reece James, another positive. I do have to say that as soon as we put Reece James in the second half, the whole game changed. We locked down that left flank. It seemed that Reece James, now inverting, created a lot more solidity in the midfield and made it easy to control that midfield. And just using him on that right flank as well to either defend or attack and make stuff happen. He had a great game today. I'm so glad he got to win another trophy at Chelsea Football Club. Now, my next one is going to be a controversial topic, Nicholas Jackson. I do not think he had a good game. He had a couple good moments, and I'm not including the good goal. I think there were a couple good moments from hold-up play, with this hold-up play, but there were so many moments where it just showed that he can't be the striker we have going forward if we're going to be challenging for the Premier League title, for the Champions League, all those big trophies. Being said, I do think his goal was a little bit lucky. It looks like he is trying to head the ball because he's putting his head in towards it, but it just comes off his chest and luckily goes into the goal. It just kind of shows why we need to go after number 9s this summer and get a new one, a couple. I think it was inevitable that this happened, but Cucurella gets a positive and shuts down Antony the entire match. I don't remember Antony doing anything in this match. And that's because Cucurella kept him quiet. We've seen him do it with Mohamed Salah this season. We've seen him do it with Saka this season. He really is one of the best left backs in the league, especially defensively. So I didn't really expect anything else from him, but it was nice to see Antony, who is this dangerous player in this competition, get completely shut down and is quiet for the whole game. I do like how he's kind of had like a revival at Real Betis, but when we're playing you, we're not going to have any mercy, and I'm glad he was shut down. Go on to Enzo Maresca, who I do think had a good game. Obviously, I was really mad, especially when I saw the starting lineup, that Reece James was not in the squad. I thought it was criminal. But from his interview and just from his pragmatism, I guess I can understand why we don't start him. But one thing that I really did like is that in the second half, he did not wait to the 70th, 80th minute to make subs to change the game. He made them very early on to change this game. Obviously, he had his halftime team talk, probably told us to shoot more, cross more, be a little more risky, do all of that stuff. But going forward, but he made the subs early and made the subs when we needed them. Romeo Lavia, Reece James, Sancho on early. We made the subs that we needed to win this game, so I'm going to give him a lot of credit for that. And also, obviously, he brought us Champions League football and won us a trophy. That was the minimum. I think that was the minimum for the majority of Chelsea fans, so good job. I'm glad he's with us next season. We just need to see more of an improvement on this system and just not see as much side-to-side football. Cole Palmer said it as well, why he got these 2 assists. He was tired of going backwards and playing from side to side. It was boring football. So I need to see an improvement on that. I do. I'm fine with playing a slightly boring system because it probably means it is better for our defense, keeps pressure off our defense in most games, but I need to see improvements for sure. It can't be another season of trying to get for 4th, 5th place and maybe winning a Carabao Cup in the process. Even though that's all good, we need to be fighting for those big trophies given the amount of money that we are spending. Caicedo, obviously our midfield duo is producing so much fruit for us this season. They are really proving their price tags for what we bought them for. But Caicedo controlled the midfield today. Great tackles, great goal today. It seems like every video it's just the same stuff talking about Caicedo. In my opinion, he is the best midfielder in this league, and it's not really that close, if I'm being honest. Yeah, you can call about Declan Rice. Yeah, if Rodri isn't injured, but Caicedo for me is the best or at least holding midfielder in this league. Something I do really want to focus on. We've seen it a lot this season where in the first half we come out flat, but in the second half it seems like there actually are changes and that we turned the game on its head. Now, I do think we should credit Cole Palmer more than like a halftime team talk or anything like that, but it's almost the exact opposite of what we had under Pochettino. We came out flying, pressing, winning the ball in good areas of the pitch and getting a lot of chances. In the second half, it seems we ran out of legs and it just wasn't the same. Now, this season, it seems a lot different. We come out flat, but in the second half, where it really matters because the result is all that matters, we come out in the second half and just turn over a new leaf and just go at that opposition. So it was nice that we showed some determination and personality after the first half and came out determined to win this final and get us our first trophy under this new ownership. And then obviously we complete the European set. We've obviously won the Champions League twice. We've won the the Europa League twice. And now we win this new competition, the Conference League, and complete the European set. It just feels good. We're the first team to do it and the first club to do it in the world. So it's a good feeling. It's not a big trophy, but to say we completed the set before anybody else, any other club, is awesome. And cool on social media saying that. So Chelsea was the first club to win the European set, the Champions League, Europa League, and the Conference League. Jose Mourinho was the first manager to win the European set, and Emerson, the left back that used to play for Chelsea, was the first player to win the European set. And all of them have been at Chelsea. Mourinho and Emerson have been at Chelsea at one point in their career, which is funny, just that it seems that European football just kind of belongs to us. No, not really. We don't win that many trophies compared to Real Madrid. So, but it's just kind of so cool, something to point out. But today, this final is an amazing day for us. It really shows that we're over our slump. Whatever's happened the past 2 years doesn't matter. We are on the rise, and every team has to watch out for us. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, do whatever you want, and see ya, Blues.